Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new series I've been wanting to start, Rimworld, Last Stand of New Ganzir. I just wanted to give a big shout out to retropunk_20xx, who was the big inspiration for this series. His series, Rimworld, Last Stand of the UNGOC, was basically the main inspiration for this, and I kind of ripped off a little bit, but he said it's okay. Yeah, big thanks to him, and first, let's just go over our ragtag crew's situation here. Hi, this is Editor Girk because in-game Girk is a moron and gave a really long and drawn-out explanation. So this takes place in the world of SCP-5000, in which the SCP Foundation basically goes rogue and makes it their goal to exterminate humanity. Captain Hopper and his group fled from Ganzir and was able to make it to the continent. From there, they fled towards the Alps and found a project that few in the GOC remember, known as Ganzir Beta, the initial prototype version of Ganzir before the Ganzir we knew it eventually won out the bid. So yeah, that's the lore. Normal Girk, take it away. First, we have the garage. We have a Badger, which is similar to, I want to say, a Bradley, and a Wissant, which is basically just a transport truck. We've also got a bunch of chem fuel and a bunch of car parts. So our vehicles aren't a big problem. Only issue is we don't really have enough people to constantly be manning these. Next, we just have some basic fabrication. So we have a pyrolysis plant, an electric arc furnace, so we can get a bunch of steel through recycling junk. So a bunch of steel, a bunch of silver, wood, stuff like that. We can also get, pyrolyze stuff to get a bunch of chem fuel. Also have an electric lathe, concrete mixer, so we can make components, concrete. We have some filled kitchens set up by our little crew here in order to help supply them with food, and a small research lab down here, along with an ENIAC, just so they can research the very beginnings of industrial technology. Up here we have the power supply. Now, this is 4 nuclear reactors, which is a bit overpowered, but this means we have a lot of power for expansion. The only issue is we don't have any extra fuel for this. So in 2 years, which seems like a lot, but will go by quick, our fuel is going to run out. We are going to run out of fuel, and we have to prepare for that eventual outcome, because we either need to manufacture new fuel or we're going to have to set up power. Over here we just have a small little spot for storing food, a big warehouse, some officers' quarters, basically a television room, some barracks. This is, I'm not actually sure what this is, so I'm going to assume that these two help protect us, because the way I read it, that just seems like it just is going to lure enemies towards us. I want to assume that's not what it meant. Over here we just have a hospital with an operating table, some beds, nothing too fancy. And then we have this, the stationary chem fuel generator. Now, this only outputs, I think, about 5,000 watts, which is nowhere near enough to power this base. However, it can act as an emergency generator if we need to take these offline. Each of these generates about 10,000 watts, so we have about 4,000 being produced, which we could technically actually take one of these offline, and I might go ahead and do that later on. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that since we're generating about 100,000, or about 10,000 extra watts than we need. But yeah. We also just have some pillboxes around, looks like 4 of them? Yeah, 4 of them. Around us, we don't have much. There's this big opened up area. There's some resources here. Resources up here. Steel over here. But enough about that. Also, we have this decoy, some small mortars, and some defense weapons. Let's take a look at our crew, however. This is kind of broken up into the normals and then, like, the officers. So first we have Erison. First of all, these are all members of the UNGOC. Erison, which is kind of our smarts guy, our negotiator. She is probably mostly going to be doing research. Next, we have Strix, which is our builder, but he's also a great shooter. Got Alex, who's good at mining and dealing with animals and plants. Then we have Harper, who's also good at intellectual, but she's a great crafter. Next, we have Lancaster, who is special because he's actually our Psycaster. And so he's also going to be our basically religious head, but that doesn't really apply here since we are an agnostic religion. But he's going to be head of Psych. And then we have our captain, Hopper, who is a little bit overpowered. He has pretty good mining, cooking, crafting, great intellectual, great melee, great shooting. But we basically just want to keep this guy alive. So, some rules. First, I have to accept anyone coming to me asking for aid. Unless, of course, they're a criminal. And even then, I am not allowed to execute anybody. I'm supposed to try and rehabilitate anyone I come across. Next, if Hopper dies, that's it. It's over. Basically, end of the series. Next, I am going to constantly be at war with the SCP Foundation. But yeah, we basically just need to work for as long as possible to get as many people in and to just try and survive. We have to keep humanity alive. We are the last chance humanity has. But enough about me just talking into the void here. Let's actually play, shall we? Alright. So, first, of course, they're all going to decide they want to sleep. There is a dead turkey. How did you die? A warg got you. Of course a warg killed you already. Alright. I'm going to give this to Lancaster, and I'm going to give this to Hopper. That way, the officers actually have their own bedrooms. Alright. So, we have a little bit of food, but unfortunately it is not much. I've also committed the greatest sin you could commit in Rimworld, and that is not actually having a table for people to eat at. I know. The worst sin. I must be executed for my crimes. We do kind of have... Okay, so... I'll get back to the point I was just making in a minute. But we have just researched permanent structures. That means we can actually build these... One, we can build these stationary chem fuel generators, although they are quite expensive, taking 200 steel and 5 components, which, although we have a good bit of steel, that is kind of just throwing it into the void at this point, especially since we don't have much concrete. I'm actually going to start queuing this up to make stone chunks and stone blocks. I don't think we need to recycle any junk just yet. We need to pyrolyze anything either. But our next research is going to be smithing. Now, similar to Retropunk 20XX series, I am eventually going to be enabling Winston Waves, which sends a raid every day. However, this group of the UNGOC is very small and has yet to go noticed. So we have 4 days to prepare. So on the 12th of April May, I will enable Winston Waves. Just to show y'all, let me go to gameplay. I am running Adventure Story. I don't want to be suffering. So yes, I'm running Adventure Story. Cry about it. Write me a 12-page essay in the comments about how I'm a terrible person for not running Strive to Survive. Okay, so a lot of our guys are just not doing anything. Let's take a look at Alex. You can build. You can mine. Okay. We need to put them in the mines. Forget saying that. But it's true. We need to put them in the mines. We need to give them something to do. I'll do that. We'll have them deconstruct this. And then all of this floor remove. This will also give us a little bit of extra concrete. So I'll leave that just so it looks nice. We do have a ton of blocks. Now, while we do have these, we don't have the research to build new ones. So if these get destroyed, that's basically it. We're kind of just screwed. So let's hope that doesn't happen. I'm also going to begin to set up some traps. So this looks like a very obvious entrance. So I'm probably also going to put some fortifications here. I'm stupid. I'll do that. And then just gonna trap that hallway. That should be good. And no, I didn't place those automatically. That's just the blueprint. Even though it looks like it, I know that looks weird. Put a bear trap here. And should I put down tank traps? I'm just gonna put down 2 tank traps. I don't expect any vehicles to come through here, obviously, but this is just to break up the flow and slow them down a little bit. Also, I'm gonna put this recoilless rifle into storage, because I don't believe we're gonna need it for a while. So I'm just gonna store it next to the nuclear reactor, which is probably smart. Probably very smart. And probably very big brain to do that. Right, guys? Right? Let's see. GOC remnants want to... Oh, okay. So now here's the thing. These are GOC visitors, which means survivors. I've got to assure safety. I've gotta. Perfect. So looks like there's Strix's family. Okay, that works. And a member of the strike team. Okay. Strix. You. Ask to reunite with him. I am also going to put up these for as temporary housing for GOC. So Strix, hopefully. Yes! Okay, I got somebody. And you follow GOC thought too. Let's take a look at you. We've got a builder, boys. Okay, perfect. We have they're a civilian, but that's fine. We don't need all soldiers here. Let it be known. Why are you blue? I feel like that's a bug, but I'm not gonna comment on it. Actually, yeah, use that. Okay. You gonna have a schedule of that. Okay, Strix. Dang it, Skinny is unwaveringly loyal. But we have someplace for Enormous to sleep. I don't know why your name is blue. I will have to look into that. What can you work? What work can you do? You're very good at building things. I know that. There. And now, like everybody, you're going in the mines. You don't got something to do, you go to the mines. They already mined it that fast. Jesus Christ. Okay. Mine the steel in the east. Go. They might be bugged out because... They might be bugged out just because they were a guest. I'm unsure. Let's see. Low food. Yeah. Let's hunt a turkey and male alpaca and a few bucks. A couple of buck. Enormous, where are you sleeping? Bruh. Enormous, go to your bed. Okay, so Enormous has been cleared of their blue status. The first hunt. Strix, trying and horribly failing to hit literally anything because he's trigger happy. I can't aim. It's fine, Strix. It's fine. You'll be okay. You'll hit the geese eventually. Lancaster, with. Are you trying to hunt? Oh my god, he's doing a better job than Strix is, that's for sure. God damn. I guess dual Uzis is powerful. Another thing about Lancaster is he doesn't have the greatest gear. He has no armor. He has just a parka and a boonie. And then, of course, just some clothes. So, yeah. Don't expect him to be tanking a bunch of shots now. Hopper, what are you doing? How are you at max sleep? What were you doing? I don't want to know. It's already day, goddamn. Okay, this. don't allow fresh. This doesn't allow rotten. Okay. There we go. God damn it, Alex. What the hell are you? Alex. Alright, it's time for our first disciplinary action. Time for our first disciplinary action. You now get to stand on the bear trap. If he doesn't trigger it, he is released without punishment. Okay, you pass. Low food. I know, I'm actively hunting to get food. See, we have stew. Then both of these field kitchens have orders to make food. And you can actually make 8 food at a time and craft something called stew. But you don't know what mod that's from. What mod is this from? Fortification Industrial Citadel. Interesting. Okay. Looks like we're eating stew. Stew's on the menu, boys. Just realized something. Don't build that. Thankfully I can move these. This is the garage. That wasn't very smart, huh? I'm just gonna do... And there's a pillbox right there. Oh, put these in storage too. Fortunate I've got all this junk. I can find a use for that. Want some extra military sandbags. Only costs you 45 points of relationship with this faction. I'm gonna say if we're recruiting people from the GOC, I think that's fine. As long as it doesn't make us hostile. So, like, for example, if I were to... Okay, so I'm absolutely not gonna force them. I'm gonna guess. App settings, allow new guests. Try to entertain. Try to create friendship. There. Okay. I'm gonna say I can recruit people from them as long as it doesn't... I'm gonna say I can recruit people from the GOC as long as it does not make me hostile with them. What are you good at? You're an artist, you're a good cook, and you're a good diplomat. I'm glad to have you here because you're gonna make Enormous happy. You drop that. You equip Uzi. There. Because we have some basic firearms. Like we have 2 revolvers and a bolt-action rifle. But that doesn't really mean much. If I'm being real with you. Once I get smithing, I can actually make GOC helmets. Also allows me to make smithy, but I don't think I need the smithy. Because I have the arc furnace. From there, I'm probably gonna go lathe. That way I can get machining and then gunsmithing. Because then I can actually start making guns. And then I can start getting like mortars, blowback operation. And there's a mad raccoon. Uh-oh. I don't think this is gonna be a fight the raccoon's gonna win. Let's see. Nope, it didn't win. Bro walked up. on two heavily armed soldiers and said, "Ayo, drop your cash." Nah, fam. Nah. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work here no more. Also, going to start building this so that it is easier to walk around the edges of the base. Even though I know that with the dumb AI pathing, they're going to just outright refuse, but what you gonna do? It makes it makes the chemicals in my brain feel good, so I'm doing it. There we go. Yeah. Then I probably also just do that underneath. Yeah, I'll do that. Huh. There, I know, because I believe this is, yeah, this is actually a space, so they can actually get there. So, which means they can access that piece of flooring. Looks like the pillboxes are mostly concentrated around the south. There's one in the north. However, it looks like we do have a dead zone like here. I want to say. I don't know what the full range of these are. Yeah, so we have a dead zone like right at the tip of this. I'm willing to bet maybe even right there. That looks like it covers all that. That covers all this. I am just gonna reinforce. I don't know why there's these small divots. I think those are supposed to be where like other entrances / exits were supposed to generate, but they didn't. So, I ain't gonna ask. Just gonna build some walls there so that we don't have as many divots. Because if there's a divot here, they're not gonna be able to hit that. I'm even worried about them being able to hit here and here. You know what I might do? I might do this. So I can build embrasures. So what I might do is do that. Might do that. And then install that there. And then that'll make this space an outdoor spot. But then from there I can just build a wall. Yeah, that's what I can do. And then I'm also gonna put these there, and then for indoors, for indoor walls, I'm just gonna use the basic concrete ones. Because I don't want to bother building citadel walls inside. Because if I do decide that I want to take down one of these walls, yeah, it's gonna be a hassle. Okay. Let's see. Who is our big researcher? Looks like it's gonna be Irison. Irison's the smart one. That's right. Once you consume stew, I'm actually gonna want you researching, because the faster we can get to the faster we can get to permanent fortifications, the faster we can start to build pillboxes. And once we can build pillboxes, I can put one here, and I can put one here, and that'll be basically all of our bases covered. However, I am gonna snatch battery. Now, they are botching construction here and there. However, that's not a super big worry because we have enough resources that we can kind of afford it. It's not like they're botching, like, moving stuff. This over, yes. And then once they move this, I'll build a door there. But now we have gun slots so that they can shoot out into here. And then there's also gun slots here so that they were awfully disappointed by their stay. They've had enough of you. Okay. Nice to hear. I could honestly care less. That's not great. I wish they liked their stay, but honestly, there's not much I can do right now just because I don't have a lot of space open to work with. Like, I could convert parts of the garage. Like, I could turn this into rooms. Like, move this over here and turn this into rooms. Which I might end up doing. But I'm not super sure. Besides, I don't really need guests right now. Here we go. Alright, new Ganzir. We are now the GOC Ganzir garrison. We shall defend this place with our lives. Oh, it looks like this place was always outdoors. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter. You want to isolate that anyways, because I didn't realize there's embrasures here. That makes me wonder, where else are there embrasures? There's embrasures here. Oh, okay. A lot is making more sense now. Why is there a door there? Because this is here. Okay, I can't have that. I honestly could care less if this gets destroyed. But I need to reinforce that because I can't have a weakness there. These are embrasures. I'm gonna turn this entire thing into actually. I'm gonna haul that. This is outdoors. What? Man. Well, wait. These aren't deteriorating. So is it only technically outdoors? Or is it like actually outdoors? I'm not gonna okay, so that's cool. So that's why that's there. So that we have gun emplacements there. So which means I'm gonna actually remove that. Is there power? No, there is not. Okay. I'm gonna actually move that there. That way we can actually hit people who are standing there. Or we can actually hit people who are attacking the door. Ooh, raw honey. Interesting. What mod is that? That's from Vikings. I see. And we'll take that slag too. Because with slag, I can toss that in the arc furnace. So I'm gonna do this, do forever. Cycle junk, do forever, and then just gonna do recycle chunks for now. Just because if we do end up getting like if we end up getting really good plasteel armor, just like as an example, I don't want them immediately chucking it into here, which they will do. And we've got batteries, so that's good. Not yet. I want to get prosthetics, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because if I can... Yeah, if I can get prosthetics, if people start to lose legs and arms, I can replace those. And also, that means we have advanced machining, which is useful for a ton of stuff. Like, eventually getting, like, transport pods, the multi-analyzer. Like, we have to eventually get machining. Ooh. But I don't know if I should go down nuclear dawn. Big decisions. I'm going to do lathe first, because with the lathe, I can actually make reinforced barrels and transformer cabinets, which means I can actually use the electric lathe for what it's meant to be used for, which is making reinforced barrels. Even though I have 3 of them in stock, which is really nice that we have a bunch of reinforced barrels, because we are going to need those. I think these use them. Alright, I don't actually know. I still don't understand what this does. I mean, like, they look cool, but I don't know what they do. Whatever. Let's take a look at our power. Producing about 4,500 extra. These are the only things producing power. Ah, dang. I wish I could shut off one of these reactors, because if I could shut this off and then turn the chem fuel generator on, I would be producing just barely not enough power. The lathe. Okay. I'm gonna get the ENIAC from here. Yeah. Okay. And now everyone sleeps. Except for Strix, of course. Sleep. Ooh. Rumination Arms Dealer. Who is first? How much silver do we have? Ooh, that's not much. And we don't have a trade beacon except for, I guess, technically this thing. Just noticed all this. Set him up. That. Okay. Social drugs. What was I gonna do? Yes. I was gonna take a look at social skill. Irison is our best shot. They have medicine, which we don't really need, but we could always use more of. And a bunch of weapons. C4, which could be useful. Orbital EMP. Oh, grenades would be super handy. That's actually below market value. So he's selling a lot of stuff below market value. Um, it actually might be smart to buy a bunch of medicine off of him to sell to other people later. In the end, it doesn't really matter because I don't really have any. I don't have enough silver. But it's good to look at this stuff to see generally how wealthy we are. Because I know that with all of our guys, we probably have 2,000 or 3,000 silver just in equipment. Hopper, why are you up? How did you... You have like quick sleeper or something? Yes, you do. Okay, so he only needs half as much sleep. That's good. That's very good. Okay, there. Oh, it's almost that last day. Getting very, very close. Now, I have tried this challenge a little bit in the past, and each time I have died by around wave 15. However, this time I have more time to prepare, a much better facility, and some much better guys. The goal is to survive for about 5 years, and if I can do that, I will hopefully get extracted. And I don't mean real life years, I mean in-game years. Already, we've only been here 5 days. Technically, 5 days. Realistically, 3. Okay, I've got the ENIAC. Start working towards machining. So I want to eventually get to autocannon turrets, right? No. Is it here? Where is it? Howitzer bunker's nice. Where is it? Industrial cannons. Here we go. I want to eventually get anti-air guns, anti-tank guns, stuff like that. And hopefully, get an anti-air gun. If I could put an anti-air gun right here, I could just rip face across the enemies. And I'm also going to move that autocannon there. The goal is to have as straight of fire as possible. That's why I kind of have tank traps. That way we're not shooting into the walls too much. This is still, consuming fuel anyways. Yeah, it's still consuming fuel either way. Okay, so that sucks, but that'll be fine for now. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. That's good to know that that's a way to cheat, though. So, I'm going to have to be careful not to do that in the future. Plasteel. There's plasteel there. Okay. Steel. That'll actually be really nice. Hopefully I can build some better gear with that. I eventually want to get, like, war caskets and the such. Okay, boys. It's time for our first mission. Harper and Alex down here for the frontal assault. Harrison up here to provide upper support. Strix over here. Out. No. Morons. The price of human intelligence. Okay. So, we're gonna have Strix move in right there. Have Erickson move in right there. Have Harper and Alex move in right there. Okay, Erickson, you're gonna pull back. Strix, push forward. Harper and Alex. Strix, focus on supporting Harrison. Alex, focus on destroying that. Harper, move up. Strix, move up. Just focus on the little bug that's following you. Oh, okay, don't even have to. Okay, you two go out. You're dismissed. You can shut that glow bomb. Nice work. Only people who got injured were those Erison and Strix. Both of which only took minor injuries. I consider minor injuries as anything that doesn't make you go down. Good. Bug dead. Dead bug. Deconstruct that. And there we go. That is our first mission as the UNGOC, and it was a smashing success. No casualties, only 2 injuries. Let me make sure these are actually... Yes, those are, but I don't know if these are. No, they're not. Okay, so one bonus is, at the end of the world, nobody really cares what they're eating. Especially if all you've been eating for probably the past year, or at least the past few weeks, has been soup. But it is the 12th of April, May, which means that it is time to enable Winston Waves. Now, I'm not going to be changing the difficulty. I'm only going to be changing Winston Waves. But as soon as I unpause... Okay, so it gives us 5 days to prepare, which still, in my opinion, is not enough. But we have 5 days to prepare, and it's only going to be a bandit raid. It'll be fine. But I will be saving that for next episode. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope this series is as fun for y'all to watch as it is for me to play. So far, I've been having a lot of fun. But that's just because I have fun in this game. This game is fun. It is enjoyable. Go get Rimworld. It's fun. Thank you to Retropunk _ 20XX for letting me use his very good idea. This is going to be fun. We'll have fun here. Yes. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and or subscribe. Preferably subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.